Good morning and welcome back. In the last class, we have discussed about chapter 3 software part first. This is chapter 3 part second. In this particular chapter, we are going to discuss only about system software with a proper diagrammatic view. Just in the last class, we have discussed about this flow diagram. It is made over there for the proper understanding. System software basically divided into four parts: operating system, language processor, device driver, and utility software. Operating system, as I told you, operating system used to work as an interface between user and hardware. Now repeating it again, operating system is used to work as an interface between user and hardware. It used to work as an interface between user and hardware, where user used to instruct whatever the data is required. User used to instruct to the hardware and the task is being performed. Now, a thing which we are going to discuss is the user is not going to directly interact with the hardware. There are two platforms which has been used inside this operating system. Means operating system have two phases. First one is front end and second one is back end, where front end is also known as user interface end. Front end is also known as user interface end and also known as shell. Talking about operating system, the full definition of operating system is it is designed to properly interact between user and hardware. User is not going to directly interact with the hardware. It used to interact with the particular level. These levels are divided, means operating system levels are divided into two parts, shell and kernel. Let's see this diagram. This red color circle which you are seeing is user. This first circle by which user is interacting is also known as cell, means user is directly interacting with shell. Shell is connected with kernel, and then kernel used to instruct the instruction to hardware. The user directly interact with shell. Shell is also known as front end. Front end means first part, pehla part, front end. And then in this front end, what you're going to see the icons, you're going to see display, basic display. And then in the kernel, it's also known as back end, where the logical instructions, program processing used to take place, means coding. So user used to interact with shell. This portion is of shell, and then shell interact with kernel, and then kernel interact with the hardware, and the task is being performed. Talking about language processor, so basically languages in the computer system, we have two type of language. First one is low level language and second one is high level language. One more language is there, that is machine level language. So if talking about proper language processor, the basic language is machine level language. Above that we have low level language, and above that we have high level language. Machine level language is also known as assembly language, or you can say they are written in the format of binary codes, that is 0 and 1. Whereas low level language, basically we use monomics. In that, special keywords are known as monomics, and high level language or basic language in which we are communicating are the part of it. Language processor, as we discussed in the last class, used to communicate between user and software, means operating system. Means for the proper communication we need a language, that is language processor. We have three type of language processor. Basically we use assembler, written nodes, written codes in the machine level format, or it used to convert the written codes into machine level format or assembly level format. Compiler translate high level language in one go to machine language. Means if you are going to write a full code, you have written the code in the C language. What used to be there, C language, if you are writing the code, it used to convert the entire written code in one go from high level to low level. Interpreter, it used to translate the high level language in line by line. So this we will discuss while reading the languages later on, when we will discuss about Python and all. Just talking about device driver. Convert command by the user to the operating system. Whatever the command being given by the operating system means, if I want, this is an operating system, if I want to insert a device inside it, I need to have a proper means software which can interact with shell and kernel, or can interact with the hardware so that the user can use it. So device driver are the special drivers which help the devices to connect with the computer system. This is an example of, this is a laptop which has been designed over here. Laptop, here we have a modem, here we have a printer. If you want to connect a printer with this computer system, we need a software of printers. We have to install a software, or if you want to connect this modem with the computer system, we need to install the software. After installing the software, whenever we want to insert this devices to the computer system, what we used to do, we are just directly plugging into our USB port. You're knowing about the port are the channels by which a user can interact with the hardware devices. We have multiple ports such like USB port, we have Ethernet port, we have HDMI port. So with the help of device driver, we can use this hardware with the operating system, because without driver I cannot use that hardware automatically. If I want to use any of the driver, as we have discussed, if I want to use my mobile phone, then I need a software which can make my Android phone or my mobile phone in a runnable format. Then just talking about the utility driver, it's one of the most important part, where we used to get a text editor in the format of Notepad. Backup utility, we used to get a tool by which we can backup our data inside the computer system. We can also get a compression, means if you want to compress the file, we are not going to install any of the software for that, for compressing the file. We are not going to install any of the software for disk defragmentation or antivirus. Now just talking about first disk defragmentation. Disk defragmentation is an option which is provided by the computer system, in which what we used to do, let's suppose if we are arranging, I'm just taking a home example. Whenever we used to go to our home after the school, we used to throw our dresses randomly in the room, and after throwing a lot of dresses in the room, what we feel, our room is filled with lot of material, lot of stuff. So what this defragmentation do, it used to clear the extra material which has been thrown here and there. So this defragmentation used to arrange the data in the proper format. Compression used to compress the file so that large amount of file can be stored in a small area. Backup and utility used to backup the data. Text editor are the normal editing device. Antivirus are the special software which are being used as a tool so that unwanted data or stuff can be avoided. That's all for today. In the next class, what we are going to discuss is we will discuss about application software and their working. Till then, stay safe, stay at home. Thank you.